Hey everyone, it's Adele and April from Just Say Scrap with Close to My Heart, and we are here with Throw It Together Thursday number 14. So we are super excited. It's going to be a fun one. We have 4 techniques that we are going to be throwing together, so we will tell you what they are. All right, so to start off our Throw It Together Thursday, we are going to be doing the swipe stamping to start, but then we also have swipe stamping, we have stamp shading, we have the pattern heat embossing, and we also have our reverse side stamping. So some of the things we have done actually throughout the weeks I should say, and for this I'm going to be making a background paper actually using the stamp shading and the swipe stamping. So this is already a cut piece. I already have our raspberry cardstock here. It is the two-toned side, so it is the lighter side. And I also have a raspberry ink pad here as well. So before I do anything, I actually started a few of them just to test it before I did it. But I realized that I want to have my photo squares on here, and I'm doing the background stamping around the photo squares. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them there, and just in the top two of the corners, I'm gonna make little boxes, just little marks. You can see I actually started to do some that were already covered. Just to make some small marks so I know approximately where I shouldn't go. So we're gonna open up this raspberry. And I'm using the I Heart Us card making stamp that we used for the cards that we did with the stamp shading with these cards. And I'm just taking these, and these are smaller stamps, so it's a little bit harder to see the swipe stamping on. But I'm just taking them, and I'm gently putting some little flowers on this sheet. So I don't want too many of my swipe stamping because I'm also going to do the stamp shading. So that's using our White Daisy, the pigment ink. So we're gonna have to clean off this stamp pad after I use it. Make sure that all of your stamps are seasoned, like we always say. And I'm gonna throw a bunch of these white flowers on here. I always like when they stick out from the back of some of the photo mats just to make it look cool. But we are creating background paper here. I think I like that. Where's my other sheet? Because I'm also going to be working with this sheet. So for this one I have another 3 photo mats on as well. And using this one I know where I can go, so I'm going to go more around the edges for these because I think it's going to look better. If you don't feel like taking the pencil and checking, you can always just put your photo mats down too. So I've got a little bit of space and stuff in here. I'll throw a flower there, throw one there, and why not put one right there? So that should be good. So that's our White Daisy. Mom's gonna clean that off while I take my smaller flowers here and I do some of the swipe stamping spots on this one. All right, so she's cleaned off the stamp. And remember, it's okay if you're off a little bit on these because it gives it that shading effect. Looks so cool. But you also do, remember, have to offset these slightly because if you get it completely on top of the white, you're not going to get that shade effect. All right, so those are our 2 of our background papers that are going to be our mats here. So I'm gonna flip over my Versamat. Remember, I'm stamping on this squishy side, always what you wanna do. And we're gonna grab back this paper here. And I'm gonna glue this down quickly. And I'm using my Versamat to line up where I want it. And I'm gonna go 1.5 inches up. And I should also probably put a little bit more adhesive on the zip strip now that it is on it. Oops. Don't want that falling off your paper afterwards. It's just a way to reinforce it a little bit more. Put that down, and I'm gonna take both of my mats here and put them where I had my little boxes. So right there, and make these even with each other, right there. So it made that very plain piece of paper now have some pizzazz to it. And if you really want, I'm gonna have to flip my Versamat over again. See how there's a space here that I ended up missing? That's okay. Just grab that ink pad, do that swipe stamping, and add what you want in there. So you can always go back and add more. So that is our swipe stamping and our stamp shading. And then I also have our little butterflies from last time that we're gonna pop them up. So we're gonna grab our thick 3D foam tape. Do you wanna grab me the thin 3D foam tape just so I can show the difference? Okay, so these are the thick ones. And these are the thin. So we usually typically use the thin for the cards. This is the thick we usually use for layouts. And just to show you the difference, they also both come with skinny and a fatter roll. See how tiny and skinny this one is? This is your thin. This is good for cards because it's not gonna cost you extra postage. When you're doing it in a scrapbook and it's under a page protector, this is always better because it's thicker and it's more likely to be seen. And when you open this for the first time, it's gonna have some tape on it. So we're gonna take that away. I'm shocked, we've never used this one before? Oh, you've used the thicker one.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I have.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my non-stick scissor. You can also rip this, but I like to use my non-stick scissor as well. Take it and remember last time we used the other side of the white daisy, still can't see it through. And I just punched these out from last time. I used our thin cuts and I cut them out like we talked about. And they're just gonna give you that nice pop and that image of the butterfly flying away.
We also have the 3D foam
Dots. Mm-hmm. If you prefer dots.
And the thin 3D foam dots.
Yes. So that's 3 of our patterns right there in this page. And now we're going to move on to our patterned heat embossing. So we have our heat embossing tool here, which we are going to use. It doesn't want to stand up properly right now for some reason. And it is also freezing cold. So we also have our Versamark ink and my stamps here and our silver tinsel. So I wanted to test this out to see if I like how the silver tinsel works first on the paper here. So I'm actually going to be doing a test spot underneath where my pattern paper that we just made is gonna go. So I'm gonna do that really quickly. I'm gonna open up this tinsel. Throw a little bit on there. And remember to always flip it over and have a scrap piece of paper. Scrap piece of paper. Make sure you have this and this so you can get all that glitter off and onto your scrap. And then we're gonna heat it. I'm gonna heat it over here just so it's not burning anything on the table. All right, and that's what it looks like heat embossed. It's actually very pretty. I really like the silver on this paper. It worked out really well. So what I think I'm gonna do, because it's given me idea with the vines, is I'm actually gonna flop my paper. So I had it like this. I'm gonna move it this way, and I'm gonna do the vines going up and down. Actually, I'm gonna actually try to have them going up, I think. I think that's what we're gonna do. Do you like that idea? Having the vines coming up out of the paper?
Yes.
So I'm gonna make a pattern of vines. So you saw how I used the one stamp to make the vine pattern. I have 2 of the leaf stamps here, but we're gonna make 2 different patterns of vines going up. So here we go. And this is what one of our vines looks like. So that's gonna look really cool when I have this laying over here, kind of having the vines coming up through the paper. So we're gonna do a few more vines up this way, and I'm gonna try to actually continue it from this point. So now that I know where my paper is gonna be, I'm gonna put my little mark there. So I didn't have to do this last one here, but I'm gonna follow this dotted line here. Here we go. All right, and those are our vines. So, isn't that really cool how it looks?
Oh, I love it.
So then I'm going to take my patterned paper, remember the one that I made. I'm gonna use that glue. Glue this down. And I know that I had this one up at 1.5 inches, but I always like to base it off of the paper instead of the Versamat, just because I'm very anal about my papers being lined up. Ah, I forgot to do once again. I have to put the zip strip at the top here. So we are going to line this up once again. And then line this up. I always line it up with the bottom, just because I think that's closer. And that is how that is going to look. And once this sits in an album, this is gonna flatten out easily. But it feels so cool. I love it. So that is our 4 stamping techniques that we've used now on this page. So of course we have to finish it up, and you'll be seeing it in the kit of the month. But it is our cool vines, this is the stamp shading, and then the swipe stamping for everything else. And of course, can't forget the reverse side stamping. So that's our Throw It Together Thursday. And that's Throw It Together Thursday. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed. If you have any other questions, let us know. Remember, the page that we did show, or partially show, is part of the kit of the month, so you should have gotten all of that information if you are on our email list. If not, you can find it at justsayscrap.wordpress.com if you go to kit of the month, and it's the I Heart Us February kit. If you don't know about our kit of the month, all of the information is there, but just a brief recap. If you're not part of one of our kit of the month clubs, you can purchase $30 before tax and shipping on our website, and we will send you our cutting guides for the month. So if you would like to figure out how to make that page and all of the cuts for it, let us know, or order something online, and we will send you our cutting guides.
And our instructions.
Yes, and our instructions and our photos and all that jazz. Also, in 3 days, we will be going
On a cruise.
Yes, we are going
Close
on
to my heart.
the Close to My Heart incentive trip. It is our Norwegian cruise, so Western Caribbean cruise. So we are super excited about that. Thank you all for all of your support and help over the years. We are super excited to go on this one, and we are close to Tahiti for next year. So thank you all for all your support. We're super excited about that. Because we will be on the cruise, we will be having our videos post for us, but sometimes technology gets weird, so if for some reason the Tuesday video doesn't post for us, we will make sure that the second we get back it is posted. And next, our weekend, we still have some spots. We actually updated the form online, so if you want to come for the day, you are more than welcome to now as well. And we're super excited for the ladies who have already signed up. We can't wait to see you. And thank you to all of our new subscribers out there and all of the comments and everything. We love them more and more each week. So, anything else you want to say?
Nope, that's it.
All right, we'll see you on Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.
You're not recording.
Yes,
right?
I am.
Oh, yes, you are. Okay. It's upside down. I couldn't tell. You made me dizzy.
One, our
Ay, ay, ay.